Hello, Ugo Chugo. The National Nubian Nexus presents a conversation with African spiritualist Ugo Chugo. How are you doing?
More, brother.
Good to hear, good to hear.
Thanks a lot.
So I wanted to ask you first and foremost, what is Chugo?
Chuku in IGBO spirituality, we believe that Chuku predates, or if I have to put it like, he is the one that creates the heavens and the earth. But we also believe that Chuku comes from our first ancestors. But Chuku, when we say that Chuku is a spirit, it's neither a he nor a she. So today a lot of people they try to make Chuku as being a he. He is not a he. He embodies everything, both he and she. So Chuku is the creator in IGBO spirituality.
Okay. The creator spirit.
He is spirit. Chuku, because when you ask a lot of people, like for me in IGBO spirituality, they consider people like me, or I consider myself as what we call Onyogomo. Onyogomo means somebody that worships spirit. And when you go to Catholic Church, the first question in the Catholic Catechism, they do ask you, who is God? And they say that God is spirit. That means if you have to translate in Igbo language, that means that God is Chuku, or God is everywhere, but you cannot see God. So anything that is spirit, you cannot see spirit. So we believe that Chuku is with us. Chuku is everywhere. Chuku is in everything. It's in nature. It's in everything.
Okay, now, so I've heard that there's a lot of people compare Chugo to Jesus. Is that a fair comparison? Does that make any sense, or?
No, you should understand that a lot of, especially the Igbos, or if I have to say the African, a lot of Africans, but especially the Igbos, we have been bamboozled by a lot of the European theology. So, first of all, Jesus Christ is not the son of Chuku, because you have to look at the etymology of a word. I mean, if you say God, that's another thing. But if you say Chuku, Chuku has no papa, no mama, no child. So it's an abomination for anybody to say that Jesus is Chuku. And even if Chuku has to have a son, it's not going to be a white man with a blue eye and a long hair. So I think it's an abomination for any Igbo person that is practicing Igbo spirituality, for that matter, to compare Jesus with Chuku. We don't buy the Holy Trinity thing. In the Igbo spirituality, what we regard as the Holy Trinity is the male, the female energy, and the child. That is for us what is the Holy Trinity.
Okay. Now, does the Trinity have anything to do with the principles that you mentioned? What are those principles? Those main principles that you're talking about?
The two principles that we have in Igbo land, if you look at it, if you have to compare, make a little bit of comparison with that of Kemet, which the 7 principles, balance, righteousness, and things like that. But in Igbo culture, we brought it down to 2, which is righteousness and truthfulness, which is Ofonogu. Ofon means truth, and Ogu means righteousness. So you have to always say the truth, and you have to live a very righteous life. So all these things, when you have these 2 things, we believe that nothing can happen to you, and you will live a very, very good life. And after you have lived in this life, that will make you to become what we call Onyichie. That means a good ancestor.
Okay. So speaking of the afterlife, how do you see that in Igbo spirituality? How is that perceived?
All right. As you know, a lot of Igbos are Christians today. So I mean, most of them do believe in after you died, you're gonna go to heaven or you're gonna go to hell. In Igbo spirituality, there's nothing like hell. We believe in the continuation of life. We believe that if you die and if you have not accomplished what you're here for, that means you have to reconnect back to life. We believe in reincarnation. So that means you coming back and then accomplishing what you want and what you are here for, and then as you can come back you know, you can go and come back as much as you want, because we believe that life continues. There's nothing like, it's like an energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. So what happens is that when you die, that the body, the flesh, you know, dissolves, but the spirit, they always continue to come back again. That we believe in life, in death, and in continuation of life, which is reincarnation.
So does that, what kind of, you know, like, can you just, does your body or spirit, you know, come back into the same body? Or like, does it come back into, like, you know, an animal, or what? Like, what are the
like
parameters?
For me, standing here today, I am my mom's dad that came back to life. And when you come back, in IGBO spirituality, when somebody dies, there's a lot of signs that people look for. Signs that show that this person have come back. All right? And like my father died about 5 years ago, and we believe, I have a son today, my son is 20 years. So my father is gone in our eyes, but his DNA lives on in me and in my son's DNA. So it's that continuation. There's nothing like you die or you're gonna come back as a dog or as an animal. No, you're gonna come back as a human being, but because you have to accomplish what you're here for.
But is there any pattern to that? Like, you know, for example, you said your mother's father?
Yeah.
Is there, so is the firstborn son always, you know, reincarnated as the grandfather, or is there any form of pattern behind that? Is it, you know, if you had a daughter, for example, would she be your mother, or how does that work? Is there a pattern to it?
I mean, people always attribute it that, you know, like in IGBO spirituality, it's always like, you know, coming back as a male, or coming back like if your daughter is pregnant, sometimes, you know, it might be the mom that died but comes in a male form, or it might be a male that died and comes in a woman form. But in the IGBO spirituality, it's always that a man, you know, comes back as a man again. Do you understand me? So as my father is gone now, my daughter might have a child, a male child. Then we have to look for for some kind of similarities with my father that shows my father has got, you know, come back to continue. Like I said, if it's so that you have not accomplished what you're here for, then you have to come back. But if you have accomplished what you're here for, that means you have lived a very righteous life. Then there's something we call Ndiche. Ndiche can also be people that are alive. Ndiche can be people that are gone, which are our ancestors. So we have the ancestors, those that are gone or those that are dead, that we believe that they're still alive. They watch over us, they watch over the village, they watch over the family. So they will continue to be there and, you know, watch over their family. So we believe that if you have not accomplished what you're here for, due to some circumstances, then you have to come back to accomplish those.
Okay, so now, so it's similar to Buddhism in that respect of you know, eventually you can leave the cycle of life, right? So once you leave, what happens? Like, do you ascend to a different plane? Do you no longer exist? Like, what, you know, how do you, you know, after you've lived that righteous life, what goes on after that?
After you have lived a righteous life?
Yeah, you had a righteous life. Where do you go?
We believe in the realms of the spirit. That's what I said, the good ancestors. Mm-hmm. Like my father, you know, when people die in my place, we don't believe that they're dead. That's why we always invoke or we call upon them. We speak to them as if they are alive, because we believe they're still alive. They're still around us. Do you understand me? They are still around us. So that's why when we speak to them, you have places, you have shrines, you have villages that always pay homage to their ancestors, because in our own conscience of mind, we don't believe that they are dead. Like, you know, when people say that they are dead, they are gone for, no, we believe in the realms of the spirit. So our ancestors are always around us, and that's why we pour libations, and that's why we invite them. Even some places, when you eat, before you eat, that's why we pour libations. That's why we give some food. We invite them to come and eat with us because we believe that they continue to live with us.
Okay, well, it was good speaking with you, Hugo. Pleasure.
Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
Okay.